Greetings everyone, welcome to Commerce classes. Now in this chapter of redemption of preference shares, we are working for the main conditions. As you already know that we have covered issue of preference shares, then we covered redemption of preference shares. Now this brings us to the practical problem, so we are taking up the problem step by step. So we are understanding the conditions and involving their practical implications, preparation of working notes and journal entries. So we are on this part. Now herein, when we are working for the conditions, we have completed condition of fully paid shares and making estimates, and then providing sources for premium payable on redemption. Now our next work is regarding providing sources for capital reduction. As we know that with the redemption of preference share capital, our capital is reduced. But Companies Act do not permit this capital reduction. Companies Act requires that capital should remain intact. So in order to keep the capital intact, if on one side we are having reduction in the capital on account of redemption, then on the other end we should have increase in the capital. Now how do we increase the capital? We increase the capital, number one, either by issue of fresh shares. You go for the issue of shares and you increase the capital. Another way can be that we can have CRR transfers out of free reserve. So in order to make up for this reduction in the capital, Companies Act has provided us two sources. One is increase in the capital, another is the free reserves. So let us take up this condition in detail and see how we prepare the notes in this case and what kind of journal entries are needed herein. Now when preference capital is redeemed, there are two sources to match the capital reduction. Number one is out of the proceeds of fresh issue. That is, when you are going for redemption of preference shares, then at the same time the company may issue fresh shares. These shares can be equity or preference, any category of shares, but it has to be shares only. So company goes for issue of the shares. So on one side your capital is reduced, but this will increase your capital. However, when we are looking for the sources, then the proceeds of the fresh issue will be considered as a source, and the term proceeds here implies cash received on the issue of share capital excluding premium. That is, when you are having issue of shares at premium, the company receives cash equal to capital plus premium, but premium is not to be considered in the proceeds, right? Like if you have a share of say 10 rupees issued at par, so you are receiving complete 10 rupees now, so 10 will be your proceeds. Now if you issue your shares at premium, say you are issuing your shares at 2 rupees premium, so you will be receiving 12 rupees. You are calling up full amount, you receive 12 rupees. But the 12 rupees is not your proceed, because the term proceed means the money should be against capital. Now this 2 rupees is against premium, it is not capital. Only 10 is received against capital, so your proceed will still be 10 rupees. So when premium is there, premium is not included in the proceeds. Now consider issue of shares at discount. Suppose 10 rupees share is issued at 9 rupees. So what is your proceed? You are getting cash against capital only 9 rupees. So your proceeds will be 9. So proceed implies the money that you are getting against the capital. So proceed is least of issue price or par value. Because when you have higher issue price, that is premium, then you will be considering face value as or par value as proceeds, because premium is taken separately. And when you issue shares at say discount, then your issue price is going to be lesser than the par value, so this will be your proceed, because discount is not received, so it won't be a part of proceeds. So another thing herein that we are to remember is proceeds means the cash received. So if you are issuing your shares as fully paid, then full value will be considered. But if you are issuing your shares at say partly paid, then the amount that you are receiving will be considered. So if you are issuing 10 rupees share, but right now you are calling up only 6, so 6 will be your proceeds. Are you understanding? So proceeds implies cash received. So number one is cash received. Okay. Secondly, we are to consider this is cash received against capital. So if you are getting money against capital, that will be your proceed. If you are receiving something in some other name like premium, that will not be considered your proceed. and if you have discount, your cash is reduced, so that will certainly be considered. So it is issue price or face value, whichever is least. So now let us see whether we have understood the term or not. Okay, so now see, you issued 1,50,000 shares of 10 rupees at par. So when you are issuing shares at par, it is assumed that you will be calling up full amount and you will receive the same. So your issue price itself is the proceed. You are getting this much money, so your proceeds are going to be 1,50,000 into 10, that is 15 lakh is going to be the proceeds. Now another is issuing same 1,50,000 shares of 10 each at premium of 4. So it means a share will be given at 14 rupees. So you will be receiving 14 rupees, but out of 14 you are receiving 4 for premium and you are receiving 10 for capital. So your money received against capital is 10 only. So this is your proceed. So proceeds do not include interest, premium. So 1,50,000 shares at proceeds of 10, your proceeds will be 15 lakh. So for the purpose of capital adjustment, 15 lakh will be considered as proceeds, and 4 rupees per share, that is 6 lakh rupees, will be taken separately as premium. So this will be recorded separately. Let us take another example. Now you are issuing a share of 10 rupees at 1 rupee discount. So how much amount you are receiving? You are receiving 1 rupee lesser, that means you are receiving 9 rupees. So money received is 9 only. So against capital of 10 rupees given, you are getting 9. So your proceeds are going to be 1,50,000 shares at the rate of 9 rupees. So proceed is equal to face value called and paid minus discount, okay, and premium is ignored. Premium is not to be considered. Premium is not a part of proceeds. Now you are issuing say 1,50,000 shares of 10 each at a premium of 2, and you received 8 rupees called including premium. So how much is received? You received 8 rupees, but this includes premium, which implies that out of 8, 2 rupees is against premium, okay, and 6 is against capital. So you are getting 6 rupees against capital. So your proceeds are going to be 6 rupees per share. So 1,50,000 into 6. Now last is 1,50,000 shares of 10 each, only 8 called. So since you are calling up 8 rupees, so you will be receiving this much. So your proceeds will be the amount that you are receiving, 1,50,000 shares at the rate of 8. Proceeds is cash received against capital. Alright. So this is how we determine the proceeds. So I hope the concept of proceeds is clear. So this is one source of redemption. Another source is that out of the profits of the company available for dividend, that is the free profits. So when you are having say redemption of say 1 lakh shares of 10 rupees each, that is your capital redemption is 10 lakh. Okay, so you need to have sources for this 10 lakh rupees of reduction. You can either have fresh issue or you can have the utilization of the free profits, free reserves. Free reserves are those reserves which are otherwise available for dividend, like your general reserve, your surplus, etc. So now the term free reserves or profits which are available for dividend are those profits which a company can use whenever it wants for dividend. The profits which are not available for dividend will not be used here. So let us see the profits. Now the free reserves that we can use as a second source, these are surplus reserves, general reserve, reserve fund, dividend equalization fund. Now free reserves also includes certain funds against which we may have some liabilities including this. So if you have say insurance fund, workmen's compensation fund, accident fund, these funds are created for certain specific purposes. So you cannot use these funds fully. You can use them after adjusting them for liabilities against them. Like the company may have workmen's compensation fund of 80,000, but if they have a liability of say 30,000 against this, so you can use only net 50,000. So these funds can be used, but they can be used only when the amount is more than the requirement of liability. Similarly, there are certain funds like provision for bad and doubtful debts which we normally do not use. So if your question states so, question says that you can use this fund, then you will utilize it, otherwise you will not use it. Your surplus balance is also freely available. So certain reserves are freely useful and the other reserves are useful only when the question is giving us the net amount after liabilities. Now there are certain reserves which are clearly not available for redemption purposes. As per the Companies Act, the capital profits are not available. Securities premium cannot be used. Share forfeited account balance cannot be used. Okay, profit prior to incorporation. So these are your capital profits. We cannot use them. They have certain specific uses and we will use them only for that purpose. So these cannot be taken as source of capital. You cannot use them. However, there are certain statutory reserves like development rebate reserve, investment allowance reserve. Now, these are statutory reserves because a company is required to transfer some amount to these reserves in order to avail some tax deductions. You want to avail some tax rebate, etc. So you put some amount in these reserves, and company is to utilize these reserves to the extent of the stated purposes. So once you utilize the reserves for the given purposes, then this amount becomes free. So if you are given, say 50,000 rebate reserve is there and you have utilized say 40,000 out of this, it means out of 50,000, 40,000 money has been spent. So now this much reserve is no longer statutory because it has been utilized. So this will be available for dividend purposes. So this will be your free reserve. So statutory reserves can be used only when their utilization has been done. All right. So we have two lists here. One list is there wherein you have the profits which are freely available for dividend. We can use them subject to certain liabilities in these cases, and these are some of the sources which we'll never use except for statutory reserves, which will be used only when we have the utilization certificate for them. So if your question suggests so, then only you will be using. So let us understand the terms with some examples. Now see here, companies having preference capital to be redeemed 10 lakh at par. At par means that you are to arrange for capital only. So you are to look for source of capital. Source of capital for 10 lakh. Since you have securities premium and general reserve, so your free reserve is general reserve. So you have only 6 lakh with you. You can utilize it only for the purpose of redemption. So it means that company's one source for redemption is 6 lakh. That is general reserve. So other source has to be fresh issue. So company needs to make fresh issue for remaining 4 lakh rupees of share capital. Okay. Now let us take up the next point. You have same redemption of 10 lakh with a premium of 5%. That is premium is 50,000. It means that company needs to arrange two sources. One for premium, another for capital. Now regarding the premium, we can utilize security premium. So out of 80,000, 50,000 will be utilized here. And regarding the source of capital we can use only general reserve. So even if you have securities premium available 30,000 rupees, this cannot be used because this is not a free reserve. Now let us take up next example. 10 lakh preference shares are to be redeemed at par. So what are the sources? Let us look here. Free reserves are dividend equalization fund, general reserve and surplus. So you can use only up to this. So your source of free reserve is 10,000, 150 and 280. So that means 4,40,000 is the amount of free reserve. So if you want to write sources of capital reduction, then free reserves are available up to 4,40,000, and since we are to make a total arrangement of 10 lakh rupees, that is your capital, so you need to have the second source, that is your proceeds. So you need to have proceeds equal to 5,60,000. Now if we know this amount, this is a balancing figure, so this should be equal to number into proceeds per share. So you can calculate number of shares as well. Now next is, you are having preference shares being redeemable at a premium of 10%. So we are to arrange for two sources. Sources of premium on redemption 1 lakh and sources of capital reduction, that is 10 lakh. Now we will be providing for the sources of these two things one by one now in this question. Regarding premium on redemption, our first source is securities premium that we have studied in the last video. So this premium is 80,000. So it implies that you still have a deficiency of 20,000. So what will be used here? Out of general reserve and surplus, you will use surplus of 20,000. So if you utilize surplus of 20,000, then this surplus is reduced by 20. So when it comes to capital reduction, we will be having surplus with us, which we can use 30,000. We have general reserve of 6 lakh. So we can use 6,30,000 regarding this source. So this will be transferred to CRR 6,30,000. And regarding the remaining deficiency, because capital reduction is 10 lakh, so there is a gap of 3,70,000. So for this the company will go for proceeds of fresh issue. Now likewise another case is 10 lakh shares redeemable at par. Now if the shares are redeemable at par, then that means that we are to look for sources of capital reduction only for 10 lakh. Now we can use free reserves for this purpose. So our free reserves are general reserve, development rebate reserve and surplus. Okay, so development rebate reserve and surplus. Now regarding this rebate reserve, this is a statutory reserve. So only if we have a utilization certificate for these, then only we can use them. Otherwise we cannot use. So our sources are general reserve 1,50,000 and surplus 2,80,000. So 4,30,000 is there with us. So we need to have proceeds equal to 5,70,000. So depending upon proceeds per share, we can calculate number of shares also. Alright. So presently our focus is to see how much amount can be transferred to CRR. So herein you can transfer only 4,40,000 in first case. You can transfer herein 6 lakh, and again here also you have 4,40,000. Herein you have 6,30,000, and in the last case we have 4,30,000 being transferred. So depending upon the given problem, we will look for the free reserves and they can be used as a source of capital. For the remaining source, we will be having proceeds. So I hope the term free reserves is clear. So in a way what we can say is that we are having two sources of capital reduction. One is proceeds, another is the free reserves. Now we will combine this with the next condition, that whatever free reserves we are using, these free reserves will be transferred to a separate account called capital redemption reserve account, which will later on be converted into fully paid bonus shares, and this will be given to the shareholders in proportion to their existing holdings. So our sources are two. I hope these are clear to you. Now let us see how to prepare working notes for this problem. Although in the previous example I have explained you, but now let us make the notes. So first of all, we will be recording total reduction in the capital, that is capital to be redeemed, or if we are cancelling some kind of capital by forfeiture, so total capital reduction will be noted down. Now we are to look for the sources for this total. Okay, so for this total we are looking for the sources. So we have two sources. One is proceeds of fresh issue, which is number of shares into proceeds per share. Proceeds are the amount received against capital, that is least of issue price or fair value as received. Alright. Second source is available free reserve. So we can utilize surplus, general reserve, etc. So all these reserves can be used as per our requirement. Now in a given question, you see both the sources will not be given. Will either be given information about fresh issue, and question will say that you can utilize the remaining balance out of free reserves. Otherwise we will be given free reserves information, and question will say that company will proceed for fresh issue up to the requirement. Like if you are given say 10 lakh here, so at one place your question may say that you are issuing say 60,000 equity shares of 10 each, that is proceeds are given to us. So now we'll look for the remaining sources. Now what is the balancing figure? We need a total of 10 lakh. 6 lakh is arranged through first source proceeds. So for 4 lakh we'll be having free reserves. So we'll look for the reserves in this order. First of all we'll utilize surplus, then we will use general reserve, then reserve fund, then dividend equalization fund, then statutory reserves, etc. So these will be utilized one by one up to 4 lakh. Or another can be that your question may say that company will be utilizing all its free reserves and for the minimum requirement it will go for the fresh issue. In that case what will happen? You will say maybe you have a surplus of say 1 lakh, you have general reserve of say 2 lakh, you have dividend equalization fund of say 1 lakh, and you have say a statutory reserve of say 1,50,000 and you have utilization certificate for 50,000. So whatever has been utilized as per the rules, that has now become free. So we know that we have free reserves of 4,50,000. So out of 10 lakh, if free reserves are 4,50,000, our proceeds have to be 5,50,000. Then only we can have the total of 10 lakh being arranged. Right. So out of the two, one will be given, the other will be the balancing figure. So we'll take up the amounts as per the adjustments. So whenever we are picking up amounts here, we'll be looking at all the adjustments, because if anything is there, we'll have to adjust it and then final balance will be considered. So out of the two sources, there is not a clear-cut order that we are to record proceeds first or we are to record free reserves first. We'll record the first of all that source for which information is available. That is, if your question is telling you about fresh issue, then this is going to be your first source. Second is the balancing figure. But if your question is not telling you about proceeds, it is telling you about the free reserves and you are to calculate proceeds, then this is going to be your first source and this is going to be the balancing figure. Because ultimately we know that 1 plus 2, the two sources should be equal to matching up to the reduction of capital. So out of the two, one will be given, the other is going to be balancing figure. Now we'll record the first source for which information is available. The second source is going to be balancing figure. Okay. Now if we are having proceeds as the balancing figure, like here in this case, we have calculated balancing figure as 5,50,000. So herein the number of shares can also be calculated as per our problem given. Now number of shares will be proceeds in total upon proceeds per share. So if per share value is say 10 rupees, so number of shares is going to be 55,000 shares. So you will issue 55,000 shares of 10 each at fully paid. Now one thing that we have to remember here is that if our question is silent about the sources, if nothing is given, no proceeds, no free reserves, nothing is given in the question, then we will make an assumption that company is having sufficient balance in free reserves to carry out the redemption. That is, out of the two, if we are to make assumption for something, we will make it for free reserves. We cannot make issue of shares on our own, so we will assume company has enough of reserves and company will use these reserves. Now let us understand the amounts to be transferred to CRR. So let us see, one source will be given, the other will be found out. So capital reduction, you are redeeming 10 lakh rupees capital at par, so capital reduction is 10 lakh. Even if you redeem it at premium, then premium will be arranged separately. Capital reduction is still same, because as the name says, it is reduction in capital. So your fresh issue is of 7,50,000 at par. That means your proceeds are going to be 7,50,000. So how much should be the transfer to CRR? We need to transfer or make arrangement for the second source for the balancing figure. Out of 10 lakh, 750 has been arranged through proceeds. So we need to transfer 2,50,000 to CRR. We may use surplus, we may use general reserve depending upon our problem, but we need to transfer this much to CRR. Second case, you are issuing 7,50,000 shares at par. So again 7,50,000, since this is the amount that you are raising on capital issue, so 750 is your proceeds. So balancing figure will be CRR. Transfer to CRR will be balancing figure. Next is 7,50,000 issued at premium. Of course you are receiving premium. Your cash will be 7,50,000 plus 75,000, isn't it? Now in this case your cash is this much, but your proceeds are cash received against capital. So against capital you are just getting 7,50,000. So you will arrange remaining out for the free reserves. Again you are issuing 7,50,000 at premium, but your amount of proceeds is 750 only. Premium is not a part of proceeds. Premium is recorded separately. You may use this premium to write off the premium on redemption. Alright. So you still need to have CRR transfer of 2,50,000. Next is you are issuing shares at discount. Now if you are issuing shares at discount, it means that the cash that you are receiving is 7,50,000 less 10%. So 6,75,000. So your cash received is 6,75,000. Since the whole amount is received against capital, so your proceeds are 6,75,000. So now you need to transfer 3,25,000 to CRR, because we need to have a total matching of 10 lakh. We are to create sources for 10 lakh rupees of redemption. Next again 750 at premium, but premium is not a part of proceeds, so you are still getting 750. So 2,50,000 will be transferred to CRR. So please remember, proceeds exclude premium, but proceeds will be calculated after discount. So I hope this calculation is clear to you. Now let us take up another example here. Now this is another, when we are to calculate minimum amount of fresh issue. So resources, one source is given, another is to be found out. Let us take up first example. Now first is capital redemption is 10 lakh. Okay. So what are the sources? Number one source is free reserves, because your question says calculate minimum amount of fresh issue. So fresh issue is to be calculated, so we will utilize the resource 1, that is free reserves. Now herein in this problem your free reserve is only general reserve. So your free reserve is general reserve 6 lakh. So out of 10 lakh, 6 lakh is arranged from general reserve. So your proceeds of fresh issue have to be, since we are to match total 10 lakh, so we need to have proceeds of 4 lakh. So this is the balancing figure. So in practical questions, one will be given, other is the balancing figure. So how many shares will be included herein? Although we are not given the fresh issue price, but if we assume, say share is of 10 rupees. Okay. So you will be having number of shares into 10 rupees is equal to 4 lakh. So number of shares have to be 40,000. Alright. Now second is 10 lakh shares are redeemed at premium. Now presently we are just looking for capital reduction. So capital reduction is 10 lakh. Although you are paying premium, but premium is to be separately calculated. Okay. So capital reduction and premium. Premium on redemption is 5%, that is 50,000. So we will have to make the sources for these two, and one cannot be done in isolation of the another. So we will have to create provision for premium and we will have to create provision for capital. Now when we look for premium, our security premium is 80,000. So it is sufficient to write off this premium. It means the general reserve is freely available for capital reduction. So for this capital reduction we have general reserve source 1, that is free reserve. General reserve is 6 lakh. So our proceeds have to be 4 lakh, that is the balancing figure. Proceeds can also be determined as number into proceeds per share. So if you are having share of 10 rupees, then it will be 40,000 shares of 10 rupees each. Okay. Now looking at the third example. Now coming to this third point, you have only capital reduction at par. That means there is no premium, so we will have to arrange for capital only. So reduction in capital or capital redemption is 10 lakh. There is no premium here. Now the sources of capital reduction are, number one, free reserve, because we are given information about reserves. So what reserves are available? Security premium cannot be used. So dividend equalization fund, general reserve, and surplus. These are the sources which are available. 4,40,000 is there with us from first source. So proceeds of fresh issue have to be, out of 10 lakh, if 440 can be arranged from first source, so 560 has to be arranged from second source. Assuming share of 10 rupees, we can have 56,000 shares of 10 rupees being issued at par. Now fourth is preference capital being redeemed 10 lakh shares of at 10% premium. That means now we are to arrange for two sources. Reduction of capital is 10 lakh and premium on redemption is 10%, that is 1 lakh. So now we'll have to arrange for both the sources. So we'll first take up security premium. Security premium available is 80,000. Alright. Then we need a surplus also, because we have 1 lakh in all to be matched, but security premium is just 80,000, so we will be needing additional 20,000. So out of this surplus we will be using 20,000 for cancelling premium on redemption. So when it comes to sources of capital reduction, then our first source, free reserves, will include general reserve 6 lakh and surplus 30,000 available now. So 6,30,000 will be arranged from first source, that is free reserve, which will be shifted to CRR, and our second source will be fresh issue. So minimum fresh issue in this case will be balancing figure of 3,70,000. This is the balancing figure. I hope you are understanding, because we need to arrange sources for 10 lakh. Since 630 has been arranged from free reserve, so remaining balance will be met out of fresh issue. Assuming share of 10 rupees, our fresh issue proceeds will be 37,000 shares of 10 each. Okay, this is assumption that we are making. Now last case is fifth point. Now in this example, you are redeeming preference shares at par. You are having these sources available. So capital reduction is 10 lakh. Premium is not there, so we are to look for this source only. So what are sources available? Now sources are, we cannot use security premium, we cannot use capital reserve. We can use general reserve, we can use development rebate reserve, and surplus is missing. Let us assume it to be say 20,000. Okay, so we have general reserve 1,50,000. We cannot use development rebate reserve because it is a statutory reserve. If you have utilization certificate, you can use it up to the utilization, otherwise we cannot use it. So we will be having next source of surplus, that is 20,000. So in all we have 1,70,000. Okay, it means our second source, that is fresh issue proceeds, should be 8,30,000. Then only the 10 lakh rupees amount will be matched. Now herein number of shares into proceeds per share. So if we assume a share of 10 is being issued at 10, then proceeds will be 83,000 shares at the rate of 10. If you are given a share of 10 rupees is being issued at say 11, still proceeds are 10. So it will still be 83,000 shares at 10. Premium is recorded separately. But if a share of 10 is issued at 9, then our proceeds are 9. Proceed is the least amount. Okay, so now herein it will be 9 rupees per share, and we know that number into 9 is 8,30,000. So number of shares will be 8,30,000 upon 9. Now if we are getting fractions, right, problem of fractions, if you are getting fractions, then you will be adjusting it to the highest value. Like herein 92,222 point something is coming, so we will round it off to next higher value. We cannot round it off to lesser value. So you will round it off to next higher value, and then you will calculate proceeds. And because of this, you might be having a difference of 1 or 2 rupees which will be adjusted in surplus. Okay, so whatever difference it is coming here, that will be adjusted in surplus. Suppose it is coming out to be say 8,30,002. So your proceeds are 8,30,002. So you will reduce it by 2. It means you will leave 2 rupees in general reserve and remaining will be used. So this is how we can understand the sources of capital reduction. You can utilize free reserves as per the available information. Okay. So what will be the journal entries? Now in the journal entries, what we are doing is, as a part of proceeds of fresh issue, we will be passing journal entries for issue of shares. Since issue of shares can be at par, premium or discount, so when shares are issued at par, our journal entry is bank to share application and allotment, share application and allotment to share capital, number of shares into issue price or par value. If you are issuing shares at premium, then the money that you are getting is number into issue price. Now out of this value, par value is recorded in the capital, that is share application and allotment account debit to share capital to securities premium. So premium is recorded in the securities premium account. Similarly, we may have issue of shares at discount. So if you are getting say shares at discount, then number into issue price will be recorded as bank to share application and allotment. So you are getting lesser money, so you will be recording discount also. Suppose you are having 10 rupees share being issued at 9. So the money that you are getting is 9 rupees, right? 1 rupee is the discount and total capital being created will be 10 rupees. So it will be multiplied with the number of shares. So regarding first source, that is issue of shares, we will be passing journal entry for issue according to the information given. Sometimes shares are issued at some lesser value. Suppose share of 10 rupees is being issued as 6 called. You are just calling 6 now. So number into 6 rupees will be given. So whatever is called up, that will be recorded. Now regarding the second source that we are using is, we are using free reserves. So all the free reserves will be debited and amount will be transferred to a separate account called CRR account. So various reserves by name. We first use surplus, then we use general reserve, reserve fund, etc. and then you use any other reserve. So in this order we are recording. First surplus, then general reserve, then all other reserves. So amount is put into capital redemption reserve account. So I hope the working is clear to you, the working notes as well as the journal entry. So regarding this source of capital, we will be passing these entries along with preparing the working notes. Now this is one question wherein we are to calculate minimum amount of fresh issue and we are to give the journal entries and prepare working notes for the same. So we'll take up this problem next time. Meanwhile, you can practice this question to see whether you have understood the working or not. So that is it for the day. Keep learning and practicing. Thank you.